Well, more than 3,000 Teamster Union members have voted in favor of a strike mandate at Canadian Pacific Railway. Well, host of Real Ag Radio, Shaun Haney, joins us now with the latest on the situation. And Shaun, as always, thanks for your time here today. So what is this dispute over, and what's the process that happens next?
Hey, Jana, great to be with you. So the Teamsters Canada Rail Conference, the TCRC, in a notice to members following the end of a 17-day electronic voting period at the end of day yesterday, said 96.7% of votes were in favor of strike action. So the union served a notice of dispute to the federal labor minister back in early February, citing issues related to wages, benefits, and pensions. So regular stuff when it comes to possible strike action. So following the vote, the union said it will continue in the ongoing mediation process with the federally appointed mediator conciliator with meetings planned for March 11th through the 16th. The union also noted a legal work stoppage can only take place 21 days after the mediation process is complete. So we're a few weeks away from a possible strike, but very concerning nonetheless.
Shaun, should a strike happen, who would it have real consequences for in agriculture?
Well, of course, the grain exporting sector, as an example, if you look at some of the numbers from the Ag Transport Coalition, I've got the numbers as of the end of last week. CP is only filling, order car fulfillment is only at about 55% on the week. That's last year at this time, they were at 69%. There's been very, very poor performance from the railways when it comes to those order car fulfillment, trying to get grain and oilseeds to the port of Vancouver. So not just only the export, but also on an import perspective, there's a lot of Canadian feed yards based on the Canadian drought that happened last summer. There's a lot of U.S. corn, and there's always DDGs coming north, but a record-breaking amount of U.S. corn has been coming into places like southern Alberta. CP Rail is the main line that is hauling that. So this would be extremely ill-timed if this strike was to happen for the Canadian feed yard sector.
Shaun, a quick question. Also, of course, we covered the convoy that took place across Canada that took a whole lot of trucks out of operation. Seems like a pretty much a double hit taking place as far as shipping and transport in Canada right now.
Yeah, I guess from a shipping perspective, thank goodness, a lot of those truckers that were potentially involved in some of the protests and the blockades that were happening at several of our U.S.-Canada borders, they're back operational. There was threats of kind of a quiet strike amongst truckers where basically some truck drivers would just park their trucks for an entire week and not go on the job. That seems to have not happened at all and sort of died out. So there is still issues, though, with this cross-border vaccine mandate that several U.S. governors and some Canadian premiers have argued both governments to change so that we can really amplify and get some volume back when it comes to trucking activity cross-border.
All right. Well, Shaun, as always, thank you very much for your insight today. Host of Real Ag Radio, Shaun Haney, connecting with us here this morning. Of course, you can catch him online. That is realagriculture.com. And you can also catch him on his show, Real Ag Radio, at 4:30 Eastern each weekday afternoon, Monday through Friday, on Rural Radio 147 Sirius XM. And, of course, we'll chat with him here on the Market Day Report tomorrow morning.